now recording.
Perfect all the time, every time. Dude, perfect. Dude, what would happen?
Dude.
Not dude, what would happen? Dude, you haven't. Dude, what would happen?
Joseph.
Dude, perfect crossover.
Joseph, I don't know if... I don't know if you remember... I don't know if you remember the guys on Dude You Haven't, but Dude You Haven't. You look like one of the guys on Dude You Haven't. No, but on Dude What Would Happen, I feel like you have the hairstyle of one of those guys. I
don't remember what any of them look like.
Okay. I have no idea what it is. I feel like I know.
You didn't watch
Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network
tried doing like live action shows for like a brief moment in time, and one of the shows was Dude What Would Happen, which was basically Mythbusters, but
for kids and teens and tweens.
For kids,
actually.
It was like Mythbusters, but without any of the science. So like the chaotic energy of Mythbusters,
and only chaotic energy.
Yeah.
Have we started the podcast?
I guess we have.
That could be a cold open, but at the same time, I'd like to rant real quick. So today I was sent by my friend Abi. Shout out to Abi. You probably don't listen to the podcast. A 2020 K-pop title track tier list on like tiermaker.com or whatever that website is. It is long, so long, and I had probably only listened to about maybe like 12-15% of the songs that were on there. Oh my god. And which is actually more than my friends who had on the server that I'm in, where I saw the link. But yeah, but still, that is a lot of songs that I missed out on. And guess what? A lot of those songs are so boring or bad, and I feel bad saying that because then I'm like shitting on someone else's, like, oh, that's my ult. Oh, that's my ult. I won't name names, but Lizzie, there's a mutual internet acquaintance of ours on a different server that's like way into Victin, and I'm just like, Victin's so boring in my opinion.
Damn, I know like 3 people who like ult Victin. Like, ult them.
I don't know what that is.
I could not possibly ult because Mayday. There's my reason. Mayday. They literally took a 3.5 minute song, go fire off a Mayday for the whole time basically, and that's music that comes out of a Play M entertainment group. Oh my god, no way. No way.
To be fair, I don't think I've heard that song. I haven't heard a lot of Victin. All I know is Hanse. I don't know if I said his name right. I don't know. But he's kind of cute, not gonna lie. I can see why people stand them.
I only knew Sungwoo and a missing member, Byungchan, I think, from Produce X 101. But anyways, I feel bad because there's just some songs that are just so boring that I had to throw in like really low tiers because it was just so lame. And with embarking on the endeavor of listening to these hundreds and hundreds of songs, I started at doing this at 2:30 p.m. It is now 8:30 p.m. and I still have like 50 songs left. That's a lot of songs. And what I'm learning...
There's a lot of songs.
Yeah, what I'm learning is that they can fit a lot of boring and bad K-pop in 1 year. Jesus Christ.
You know, I feel like if I was doing this, I would absolutely fail because I've missed so many like 2020 comebacks. It's absolutely ridiculous. But if it was like 2019... I would like know every single one. I was really, really into comebacks in 2019. Like 2019 was my multi-year. I mean, I'm still a multi, but like it comes in waves. Like waves where I'm constantly keeping up with comebacks, and then waves where I'm like constantly not keeping up with comebacks. But it's whatever. Anyways, NCT just had a comeback.
Shh. I would rather not
dream it. I'm wearing a Stray Kids shirt,
but that doesn't.
But
you just mentioned
vibe.
NCT.
Anyways, should we start talking about Clone
I don't
High?
know. Wait, I don't know if you want to hear my opinion on 90s Love. Do you want to hear my opinion on 90s Love?
I'm so scared. I don't know if I want to hear your opinion on 90s love. I love 90s love, but like in a very specific way. It's a very specific type of comeback, which I have specific feelings about, but I still love it.
So
Okay,
I'm gonna take that as a no.
Yeah.
So
We should.
anyways,
So
today on a very special episode of Dude You Haven't. Should we do intro still? This is a two-part, but okay.
Of course. We're
so I'm
missing
hosting
someone.
today as last time because it's the same. We're talking about the same thing. I'm Joseph.
Hello, Joseph.
Point to one of us, dumbass.
Oh, crap. Here.
Nope.
There.
Yeah. I'm Jordan, dumb shit. Okay.
Here. I'm not used to pointing.
Here.
I'm Lizzie. Hello.
Yes. Aiden was not feeling so
Aiden died again.
Cash,
We're gonna resurrect him.
He was not feeling so cash money.
Our
Speaking of cash
necromancer
money,
friend,
resurrected
yeah.
after this episode.
Yes, we are gonna contact our necromancer friend. But he's off duty right now. But he'll be back next week, probably.
You said duty.
So we left off, on episode 7. Plain Crazy Gate Expectations. This is the one with Ashley Angel from O-Town, which I don't know what O-Town is.
I didn't know.
There's a lot. I enjoy the celebrities on the show. I don't know where most of them are from, except for Marilyn Manson and Jack Black. But your guys' opinions first. Who wants to go first?
I mean, mine are really quick, so maybe I should go first. And it's literally that I wrote no notes for this episode because I didn't like it.
You didn't like Gandhi's song?
Nothing about the. Well, I didn't dislike it either. It was just that nothing about this episode made me feel anything.
What do you mean? The G-spot didn't rock the G-spot?
Listen, I did not have strong feelings about Gandhi's song. I did not have strong feelings about his second song that he wrote with JFK. I did not have strong feelings.
What's it called? Grand Old Flag Song?
Yeah. I didn't have strong feelings about this episode. Wait, was this the episode with the airport bit, though?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Okay. That was kind of funny. I kind of liked it.
Yeah,
and then it went too far.
Yeah, I think Friends had just ended around 2002, I think, right?
Yeah, that's what I assumed the reference was.
That's what it is. Yeah, and if you want to talk about oversaturating bits, that is the definition. But
the one element of that bit that I did like though was what's the principal's name? I don't know, but like when he got involved in it, like he did not need to be on a plane. Like that was just random. That was just thrown in to just exaggerate it even further, which I kind of liked. But at the same time, they only had to do it like once. But like it was still funny. It was whatever. I had no strong feelings whatsoever about this episode. That's just my opinion.
I didn't mind the airport bit as much as the ADD thing. I think they milked the ADD thing a lot more, or not milked it, but like beat it into the ground way more than necessary. Which, I mean, I can see the airport bit being a little bit too much, but like I think it wasn't as much compared to the other thing. But Jordan,
lick the book. The ridiculousness. Anyways, yeah, no, I don't have too many notes on this one, like particular thoughts, because I just noted some things like Canada City. Thank you for telling me that they flew to Canada City.
The beautiful beaches on Canada City.
Yeah, obviously. And then the very obvious Roadrunner parody with Scudworth. That was a thing that happened. And I had no idea who Ashley Angel is. And yeah, that's it. That's the episode, because I had literally... you know, how do you write a story that's about like trusting in your relationship or whatever, where it's not like, where it's unique and entertaining, because other than that, I feel like I've seen every single way a show could possibly write that without.
Well, I don't think they did it in a way that was like unique. I mean, like the show like parodies a lot of things. So like, I feel like that's what this was.
G-Spot rocks the G-Spot.
Yeah. I don't think it was trying to be original, and like that wasn't the attempt, at least as far as like, yeah, I don't know, but I want to clarify, like, I didn't hate this episode either. Like, I didn't dislike, I just didn't like it. Like, it was like flat, like this episode on a scale
it made
from,
me
like,
feel
10,
nothing.
Solid 5, like no feelings either way. Like, it was just there.
Neutral face emoji.
I remember, I feel like, okay, so there was the one bit, there was like the bit where it was like, we have an agreement, no touching below the eyebrows, and then like it like went off about how celebrities are completely hairless, and like there was an interesting, because like whenever like zoomed in on Ashley Angel, like his eyebrows would be like squiggling around a lot, because I guess the implication was that they put them in post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember there was like the bit where Abe was like mad at like Cleo for whatever reason, and he was like, "Crap, what did he say?" No, there was that, but there was like the lines where he said like under my eyebrows. I forgot what the lead up to that is, but I heard that like a million years ago in like a flip note. I think it was a flip note. Yeah, I think. Am I remembering that there was an audio? There was like a thing that I saw that used that audio clip. And I saw like way before I even saw the show. And
you
then
mean the Nintendo, the DS app?
Yes, the DS app.
Okay, buddy.
Which is where my animation portfolio is. If you guys want to see that, just hit me up. I'll send you my flip note at Tina.
Who asked? Sorry, go on.
The people who are gonna commission my animations, obviously.
Wait, Joseph, where?
Flip note at Tina?
Where? I mean, where are the askers?
Oh.
Sorry, Aiden's not here. I gotta fill his shoes somehow.
I figured you were trying to do that joke, but I was like, where? Isn't it supposed to... When?
Well, I mean, where? That's all
I'm so lost.
I'm a little bit lost, too. But anyways, yeah. Friggin'... What's the next episode?
Dear. This one is...
A Room of One.
Oh, yeah, the Storms of Bruin, where they're...
To Pie of the Storm.
Where they're saying...
What is that title?
It's when a storm's a brewing. Do you remember?
It's that episode. I was just contemplating that episode title.
Storm's a brewing.
Okay, I feel like my notes are kind of funny. At least they're making me remember that there were certain things about this episode that I found particularly funny. And one was, okay, so like this is the episode where like Joan's like homeless or whatever, and like her grandfather, foster grandfather, isn't that what they called him?
Yeah.
I think foster grandfather.
Like, it wasn't even foster father, it was foster grandfather. But he's like referring to Cleo's mom as Cleo's drunk foster mom. And then he says, she has a daughter, but I forgot her name. Like, the whole episode. It's Cleo's drunk foster mom. Has a daughter, but I forgot her name. Which I kind of loved. Because it also felt like... Go ahead.
I also like how they were like too lazy to give her drunk foster mom a name. They just referred to her as Cleo's drunk foster mom.
True.
Yes. But it also just felt like something that like an old person would do. Like they have like a specific name for somebody in their head, and like even if that person's like name is like related, it's like they forgot that person's name anyways. So anyways, I thought that was funny. Also, okay, this is the episode where like you see like Cleo's room and stuff, and like because there's a lot of stuff that happens in Cleo's room in this episode.
That is correct.
And they show like her pictures on her wall. And I found it really funny that a bunch of the pictures were like pictures that she had cropped herself out of. Like you could clearly see like they were group photos, but then like she cropped herself out of photos and hung them on her wall.
I didn't pick that up.
That was kind of iconic. I also liked, this was where Mr. Butler robot got jealous again.
Yeah.
He was jealous of Cyber Pooch.
Cyber Pooch.
And I did not see Cyber Pooch being evil as heck.
I did.
Coming. That was a plot twist
it was given
for me.
It was given to him by the secret board of shadowy figures. How of course it was gonna be. Of course it was.
But like I didn't see it coming the way that it did. I don't know how much I paid attention at the beginning of the episode, but I paid attention at the end, and I was shook that his name was Cyber Snitch. I loved it. I love him. I love Mr. Cyber Pooch, even though he's evil. He was cute, and he had a little tag that said Cyber Snitch, I think.
Didn't he die because like he shot a laser and the laser got deflected by a pie, and then
probably,
and then it shot back and blew him up?
I think so.
That was a detail I enjoyed.
Yes.
So those are my thoughts. Jordan.
Storms are brewing.
Yes.
By the way, this whole episode, storms are brewing. No, I really don't have any particular thoughts. I just liked the bit where it's like they make it look like where they have Abe resolve a civil war. That was pretty funny.
Oh yeah.
And like he wants to be good at conflict resolution, and then he's like,
this is that episode.
Yeah, and he's like, he takes Cleo and Joan. He's like, all right, here, do this trust exercise. Goodbye.
I trust you guys so much. I'm not even gonna watch to make sure you do it right.
Yeah, I enjoyed the bits in this episode. Otherwise, like, no particular thoughts. I mean, it had its funny moments, and I'm just reminded more and more that Abe is kind of a negligent piece of shit.
I'm gonna get into that once we get to the final episode, but I also have thoughts on that.
Okay, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how I feel. What about you, Joseph?
He went to Disney. No, what was it they call it? They call it like nondescript rat themed amusement park or something like that. To talk to robot Abraham Lincoln.
Oh right,
that was a fun detail. There was a couple times where he talks to Abraham Lincoln.
And the part where he's like, "I have a tiny Abe in my pants. Come to the back, and I'll show him to you."
And everyone's just like, "Okay,
okay."
No, okay, but they do that, and then like they get like shocked when he's like about to pull out the figurine, and then when he pulls out the figurine, they're like, they have a sigh of release. It's like, why did you follow him?
If you even have expected a penis, yeah. Wait, I have a quick tangent. Okay, so my mom does this thing where she collects Hallmark singing snowmen. Or not even Hallmark, just singing snowman knickknacks, right?
Are you sure they're not Lifetime? No, I'm sorry. I had to.
We had a callback. Whoa! You need to watch a previous episode to get that joke.
That's not even a dead horse. That's a dead foal. That's like extra sad that she made that. Anyways, so yeah, she does that thing, right? And she has one. And so every year she takes out the collection and then she like puts them around the house, and which is all fine and dandy. It's like, you know, makes the Christmas spirit or whatever crap, Hallmark crap, Lifetime crap, fine shit. But there's this one she puts in the bathroom. That's motion censored. So it activates, when you turn it on, it activates every time it senses motion. Not even like when you enter the bathroom and you leave the bathroom, it goes off. No, every single time you pass the sensor. So I could be peeing standing up because I have a penis, and every single time I like move slightly, I trigger it. And then he says one of few lines. One of them, he sings a bit of like Up on the Rooftop or whatever it's called, just like a toilet parody of that. And then Either that or he says, are you okay? You look a bit flushed. Get it? Flushed?
Oh, wait, so it's designed to be in the bathroom.
Right. Yeah.
What?
It's
I was gonna be like, why is there a talking snowman in your bathroom?
right. It's a talking
motion censored.
Right. I forgot to mention it's a talking snowman that's holding a toilet plunger, right? So, and then he also says, what else does he say? He says, if you need any presents wrapped, I've got plenty of paper in here. Anyways, that's it gets really annoying, and
You don't want the snowman singing to you while you pee?
Every single time, bro. Every single time. And okay, you know, one of these days, low key, one of these days, I wanna go into the voice box, record my own voice line, and it's him. And if someone comes in to pee, he just goes, "Whoa, nice cock."
I know. I was waiting for it.
One of these days, I just wanted to be motion activated. You pull down your pants. Whoa, nice cock.
I want you to do that. I
hate it.
Video
One day, but that's my side story.
Okay, so wait, was there anything else about that episode?
Penis joke.
No. There was probably a penis joke at some point. I don't remember.
That's the connection I made, by the way.
The Abe thing.
When I thought of this.
Oh yeah, there was a
Abe.
penis joke.
Yes,
there was the penis joke that we were just talking about.
That's why I went into that tangent. Anyways.
No, it just came out of absolutely nowhere. Joseph, he just had to tell that story for
my
absolutely
memory.
no
I don't know. Maybe he had an interesting train of thought that led him there that wasn't related to penises. I don't know.
You think I talk about penises whenever it's not brought up? Yes, I do. But that's besides the point. Episode 9.
This conversation.
I'm so sorry. Clone High. Joan
9.
lives under the bleachers this is that episode, right? She lives under the bleachers, and then Cleo's having a pep rally, and she's like roasting Joan while she's living under the bleachers so she can hear everything.
Yes,
that was a fun bit.
Yes,
but yeah. Anyways, next episode. That's the one we were on. Oh, this is the rock opera episode. Raising the Stakes. A rock opera in 3 acts. We talked about this a little bit.
Yeah.
Legitimately,
we talked about the Magic Man already.
When they at the end of episode 8, when they're like, next time on a very special episode of Clone High, it's a rock opera. I'm like, oh no. And then they said featuring Jack Black. I'm like, oh yeah.
Wasn't Jack Black in
a Raisin episode?
This is the Raisin episode.
This is the Raisin.
It's a rock opera about raisin drugs.
Yes.
Yes.
Don't smoke.
Wasn't Jack Black in a few rock? I'm pretty sure there was a Powerpuff Girl cartoon that was a rock opera, but they couldn't air it, or they had to stop airing it because something about communism, hold on, let me look.
Salute my comrade.
Let me look it up. Talk about the show while I do that. What are your opinions?
Episode 9. Yeah, okay. My favorite thing about this episode was the very first couple seconds when they had the Narcissus and Echo reference, because my little Greek mythology nerd heart was very pleased. They have Cleo looking into the water and Abe staring from afar, and it was 100% Narcissus and Echo, and I was so obsessed. I was so happy. I was so pleased. The only other thing I wrote was, I like your funny words, Magic Man.
I like your funny words, Magic Man. Oh wait, we don't have Aiden for that.
Aww.
But what I did appreciate in addition to that was that Jack Black was talking about all the drugs he did, and he's like, I'd even smoke raisins if somebody said you could do that. And then he was like,
by the way,
pusher.
Do you want to smoke some raisins?
I don't know. I liked that. I also liked Gandhi's whole journey, I didn't necessarily enjoy watching his journey.
Yeah.
But I found it really funny that he went on that whole journey. And the fact that like when they're having the support group meeting and like they're all talking about like their kids like doing drugs or whatever, Gandhi's mom, I think it's his mom, is like, my Gandhi would never do that, but he's been missing for 4 days for a totally unrelated reason.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, Jordan.
Gandhi's parents are something else.
Gandhi's parents, my favorite characters.
Are fairly. I think all of them have very distinct parents, except for Abe. Abe's parents are just generic, like high schooler parents.
Okay, but his dad is clearly an amphibophile. But that's
okay. Well, yeah, that's true. But that you don't get into that till later. Like as far as we know at this point.
Patra. Anyways, yes, rock opera. I would have appreciated an epilepsy warning. While I'm not epileptic, I do get headaches from possible epileptic episodes of Flashing Colors. I would have appreciated
what was their Flashing Colors?
I don't remember. A drug trip? I don't remember exactly, but I wrote this down. There was a sequence of flashing lights, quick flashing lights that kind of gave me a headache. More power to them though if it helps tell their rock opera story. There was also the appearance of the conjoined twins, Mary-Kate and Ashley.
I was gonna bring that up.
I would have loved some captions.
Whoa, you guys got hot. Or what did he say? I don't remember.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Yeah, I would have. Dude, I would have loved some captions. I just couldn't understand them at all. And then I loved the I loved the joke. Yeah, let's dispose of the raisins that people smoke by burning them. That was a good joke. And yeah, that's it. I mean, I appreciated the musical elements to a degree. You know, those kinds of truthfully, I don't know much about the rock opera genre, so I couldn't possibly tell you how well they captured it, but considering that they had Jack Black in there, and I imagine it's pretty good, right? But that's it. That's how I feel about the episode. It is pretty okay, champ.
I think wasn't this like Jack Black wasn't playing himself, right?
No, he was
I think this is the one celebrity cameo where the celebrity doesn't play themselves.
Played a drug pusher.
Yes, who looked a lot like Jack Black, or like resembled Jack Black fairly.
More or less.
Then, what was the thing that like made Jack Black like big? Because like for a while he was like in like stuff like this, and then I feel like he was in a movie or something that blew up, and then like he stopped being a celebrity. People could get it for cameos.
Who?
Jack Black.
Oh, I see. Is that what happened?
That's the impression I got.
He has a YouTube channel, but
well, yeah, I mean, like early in his career.
I searched Jack Black, and the first thing that came up was Jack Black WAP.
God, my brother showed me that, and I hated it.
Side tangent.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Oh, you were in call when he showed me that, and I reacted to that.
I was.
Side tangent.
Yes.
I have another quick side tangent. I'd like to point out that when I was making the tier list and I went back and listened to Nonstop by Oh My Girl, I'd like to point out that when I was writing Oh My Girl, the first thing that came up was Oh My Girl racist moments. So that's funny. Oh god. WM Entertainment, please please help out your artists. Anyways, that's the tangent.
Okay, wait, I was wrong about the Powerpuff Girls thing. I guess it was banned for epilepsy reasons.
Go figure. Completely different. Was the Porygon episode also a rock opera, Joseph?
No, I don't think so. I never watched it. Wait, this is the one Jack Black was in, right? I should have checked this fact before I brought it up, but whatever.
And now you're gonna spend 3 minutes looking this up instead of hosting the podcast.
Okay, whatever. If you're interested in something that may have had Jack Black in Powerpuff Girls cartoons, I don't know. Fact check me on that, someone.
Please. There are some commenters about Zutara, but no one ever fact checks us. They only levy their opinions when it's about Zutara, but when it's about actual facts,
no, don't shout out. Actually,
no, don't. Shout out. Let's not.
Okay, next episode. Oh no! It's Litter Kills.
This is literally the saddest episode.
Rip to my boy Pons.
Spoilers, by the way. Someone was gonna die this episode. No idea who. Just maybe it was the character that they introduced this episode just to kill him off.
What are you talking about? He was there the whole time.
But
He was the best part of the show, and they killed him off. It was a tragedy.
I mean, he was not the best part of the show.
This is episode 10, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I also really loved that Gandhi literally got arrested for wearing orange. Orange is my favorite color.
Orange gang.
I love wearing orange.
Yeah, just like the prisoner jumpsuits.
He literally got arrested for wearing orange.
Well, they didn't arrest him for wearing orange. They just assumed he was one of the prisoners.
Joseph,
it's factual to say, after having watched this episode, that Gandhi literally got arrested. Or went to jail. Gandhi went to jail for wearing orange.
I suppose that's a true statement.
Yeah, Joseph and Lizzie, please let me... Is it out of this world to consider that prisoner jumpsuits are orange because no one likes orange?
No one wears orange jumpsuits. That doesn't mean no one likes orange.
That's cat.
True.
You wanna we like orange. That's 2 people already. I bet I can find someone else.
2 people.
A whole 2 people.
For the viewers,
it's the majority right now.
For the viewers at home, Green Gang. But anyways, orange is not the new black.
It's the new black, and everyone wears black.
You know, PETA in the Hunger Games, his favorite color's orange.
That's 3 people. One of them is fictional. I thought you were talking about the company for a second. I was like, what does PETA have to do?
The whole company of PETA has one favorite color, and it's orange.
That's on their, like, when you apply for them, you have to like the color orange, or else they don't hire you.
Well, you guys can make it. Would you guys like to work for PETA?
Well, I support animal cruelty, so I can't.
True.
That was a joke. I don't.
That's why you made two presentations in middle school about why animal testing is bad.
I chose that subject because it was like the least controversial subject.
Joseph, me and Carson were against you.
And I didn't care.
I would like to point out.
It was why Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing is wrong. Animal Crossing is wrong.
Straight up satanic.
True.
But do you hear those voices in that video game, Sonny Boy? Those are the voices of the devil.
That's what Satan sounds like.
Wait, Lizzie, I have a video to send you later. I've showed this to Joseph, but I think
that video makes me so uncomfortable.
It's so good. It's literally one of my.
Scared.
If you're ever let me just like quote the channel real quick. If you ever want some incredible entertainment, I recommend the video Animal Cross by Surreal Entertainment. It's so Animal Cross. It's so funny to me. It's just absolutely hilarious. Okay,
it is Surreal Entertainment. I'll give it that.
It's Surreal Entertainment.
Wait, so the animal testing, you were for or against it?
I don't even remember.
You were against it.
Okay.
You were against it. You're against it.
Wait, but like, why would anybody be for animal testing?
I wrote these arguments in middle school.
Lizzie, don't. No, Lizzie, I could genuinely present arguments to you, but I don't want to talk about it on the podcast.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I'm not saying I'm for or against it. I'm just saying I could present arguments for both sides. But because I'm trying to go to law school, so I have to know how to argue on both sides of issues. Anyways,
I guess that's true. I guess that's a skill that you would need.
Yes. Anyways, Ponce de Leon.
We haven't even talked about the episode yet. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I really loved JFK in this episode. Like, this was the episode where, like, Cleo wasn't my favorite anymore. I really liked JFK. Like, from here on, JFK became, like, amazing.
We stand
I liked his I'm a Kennedy. I'm not used to tragedy.
He doesn't know PP laugh.
But the litter death though was so gruesome.
Like,
I put that too. Yeah.
Last time, but like I was so uncomfortable. Like it was too much.
I think starting with like the Scudworth Roadrunner bit, like the show started getting like very
for no
graphic.
Reason. Yeah.
Like it wasn't like that up I mean, there was some like in episode 1, like Abe like cuts himself when he like leans into the glass, but like it was never like this much. And then like the following episodes, like this one, the
eating glass one, the snow day one, snowflake day.
There's a few episodes that were like super like gory for some reason.
I didn't like it.
And I wasn't ready for that. I mean, like I had seen it before, so I remembered it. But the first time I watched it, I was like, "Yeah, I'm not vibing with these bits as much."
It was just like it almost didn't fit the comedy, like the humor of the show for me. Like it was just
jarring,
weird. Yeah. But that being said, my favorite bit was still when Gandhi opened the mascot and his organs fell out. But anyway.
That wasn't really gory. Like it wasn't bloody.
It wasn't really gory. No.
But it was
still like
the mascot eating animals was kind of bloody.
Oh yeah, no, that was.
Yeah. But that whole bit, I love that mascot. That mascot.
What was his name?
Beautiful. I don't something weird. It was like I don't remember.
I literally don't remember. I don't remember.
He's genetically engineered to have a zipper.
Yes.
All right, Jordan. All right, yeah. Finish your thoughts.
Yeah, Jordan. I'm done.
Yeah, real quick. Let me yawn real quick.
Okay.
Have fun.
Yawn?
Okay, so cathartic. Thank you. Dude, Genghis Khan's opera voice. Nice.
I forgot he sang the opera in this.
What do you call it? The bit where I don't remember what happened with this bit. I need to take better notes. But I put high five under the table. I think it was a hand job joke.
Yeah, no. Joan was visiting Gandhi in prison.
Right.
Can you give me some high fives? I haven't got one in hours. Everyone else is getting them, and then it cuts to like all the prisoners getting hand jobs.
Yeah. I love that joke. Oh God. And then the next joke or one of the later joke where I think it was Ponce's funeral and Abe being like, everyone cares about this death because he was white and privileged. I'm like, oh, that was pretty funny. I
wrote that down.
This show was ahead of its time.
He was white and privileged.
Yes, this show was quite ahead of its time. Or was it Abe or was it JFK? But still, white and privileged. That was a funny joke.
Forget who said that.
Gandhi said that to his prison friend.
Oh yeah, and they're like, that makes it even sadder.
That makes it even sadder. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah. That was a really funny joke to me. Ponce de Leon pounced on Florida. Did you guys remember Ponce de Leon from history?
No. I had to look up who it was.
No. From your Western colonial history, history of colonialism, 1471 to 1521 or something like 1474 to 1521. I love that they included that in memory of Ponce de Leon, 1474 to 1521. Oh, that was so funny to me. Whew, God. Anyways, rest in peace, Ponce de Leon, for pouncing on Florida. Thank you for pouncing on Florida. And that's all I've got.
Cool. Cool.
Yes.
Snowflake Day, a very special holiday episode.
What about your own thoughts, dumbass?
Do you have any thoughts?
No, it's Joseph. No thoughts, head empty. You remember?
Exactly.
No thoughts, head Comic Sans. Joseph, when you think, do you think in Comic Sans?
I mean, I don't visualize a font when I think, but if I did, it would be Comic Sans.
You guys aren't the type, or maybe I'm just weird in that way. Like sometimes when I hear people talk, like I visualize a speech bubble, and with the words they're saying in their head, that's what makes me such a great speller. If
I did that, I'd probably be better at spelling.
I definitely like visualize particular words like that people might say, or like words when I think about a person, like usually their name, because like I get really thrown off when like people spell their names differently than I think they do. Like
AYDIN?
A Catherine, if you imagine that their name is spelled with like a C, but it's really with like a K and a Y, and I'm like picturing like regular,
Caitlin?
like the most casual, like Catherine, like
Caitlin has like 5 different spellings.
That too. It's like if you have like a particular vision of how this person spells your name, and it's like their vibe, like you just see that person's energy through that spelling, and then they're like, no, that's not how I spell my name, and then you're like,
it's not.
That's not how you spell your name. Everything about you and everything that I thought I knew about you is a lie.
I think
and
I've
then
had
it's like
that
a whole
before,
experience.
but it wasn't with their name. I can't remember.
Wait, you don't spell Joseph with an F? What?
Yeah, I'm Joseph Stalin. You didn't know that?
It bothers me when Joseph is spelled Joseph, and it also bothers me.
We just lost all our viewers that are named Joseph.
It bothers me when Elizabeth is spelled with an S, but I think, and it bothers me when Lizzie is spelled with an IE, and I think I could say those two at least because
Lizzie
those
McGuire?
are the real versions are both my names. Because I spell Elizabeth. Elizabeth is spelled with a G. I mean
G. Yeah, right. Elizabeth. Eligabeth.
Ligament.
I feel like I haven't slept in 8 years, but I have. But anyways, Elizabeth is spelled with a C.
Who spells it with an S? I've never seen it spelled with an S.
I know somebody who spells it with an S, and people spell it with an S, and it's just objectively wrong. That's what you would think that it was spelled like, and it shouldn't ever be Elizabeth with an S. And like Lizzie with an IE, just painful to look at.
Lizzie McGuire was IE, wasn't it?
I know. And people call me Lizzie McGuire, and I'm like, listen.
I spell it different.
We don't spell it the same.
We are not the same.
Lizzie McGuire is not on my level, okay? She's
Lizzie
not
McGuire wishes
on
she
my
could be
level.
me.
Because she spells it with
in an inferior
but
way.
you know,
maybe if you spelled it with a Y, things would be different.
Exactly. But one other thing. Okay, you know Anne of Green Gables, right? Okay, the reason why I hated that book from like the first or second chapter was because Anne goes on a rant about how Anne should always be spelled with an E because ANN is ugly. ANN is my middle name, okay? I was ready to throw hands with Anne of Green Gables, and that book was on my hate list. It was on my hate list after that point because she insulted my honor.
We're gonna go beat up Anne of Green Gables. I don't care if she's fictional or not.
Clearly.
Anyways,
wait, Lizzie.
I'm done with that.
Lizzie,
yeah.
I must know. Have you reached the point yet where there's only one correct way to spell AYDIN, and it's AYDIN? Have you reached that point yet?
I like Aiden's spelling a lot better. AYDIN.
It's the only way to spell AYDIN. Right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Aiden. We're gonna resurrect him next week.
We are gonna resurrect him?
We're gonna call our necromancer friend, but we're gonna be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be there.
Shout outs to Jeff,
for support.
our necromancer.
Yeah, we're all gonna be there in
Wait a second.
in the same room.
Wait a second.
Yes.
Imagine Jeff in necromancer cosplay. Imagine Jeff as a necromancer with like cut sleeves, with like ripped sleeves, like a cane.
You can wear that for a
long
band thing whenever we start.
Wait, but
performing.
I have a question.
Yes.
If Aiden's in Texas, does that mean that we have to all fly to Texas?
No.
Or like, where is this happening?
No. We're gonna be on Discord when the necromancer is coming.
Oh, it's just gonna be virtual.
Yeah. Virtual necromancing session.
Yeah. It's not enough to do 6 feet. We're in purple.
Yeah, exactly. Can't risk it. Okay, Snowflake Day.
Okay.
Lizzie, go ahead.
I wrote one note, and it was, I know like that episode.
What's wrong with this other than Abraham Lincoln saying the N-word?
That is this episode.
Correct.
I did not like anything about this episode. I didn't like him eating razor blades.
Glass.
I didn't like
glass.
I don't know.
His mouth got cut open several times.
No, it was both.
I mean, it was a bit, but like still, it was a very gory.
It was so gross.
I didn't like that.
That didn't need to happen.
I didn't like anything about this episode. But I also disliked things. So that's why I wrote I know like this episode.
Yes. So it wasn't like the Ashley Angel from O-Town, which I don't know what O-Town is still. Where
it wasn't like
you felt something.
Yes, I felt something and it wasn't good.
That's fair.
G-spot hit the G-spot. G-spot did not hit the G-spot in this one, right? Is that what you're telling me?
I hate that that's where your brain went when I said that I didn't like this episode.
No, it's where my brain went when you said I didn't feel anything. That's that's even worse.
Anyways, Jordan.
Okay.
Worse. Anyways, what were your thoughts?
Oh yeah. So when I was thinking about the idea of Snowflake Day and how it's supposed to be like, okay, so since I'm going to be in this more comfortable position, I'm going to talk with my hand. So talk to the hand is meant literally this time. Anyways, so I was thinking about the way they like conceptualize Snowflake Day, right? It's supposed to be like all inclusive because it's not too specific to any religion's holiday, right? But at the same time, isn't it exclusive to only like US states that get snow? We don't get snow here. We don't get snow in our part of California. So at the same time, thank you for. But regardless, no, it says it's like the US government created Snowflake Day as a replacement for all the other holidays. That's what they said. So that they told me it was meant to be inclusive, but at the same time, I don't get snow. Thanks for that.
I think it was like a poking fun at like the need for inclusivity.
Right. Right.
That's what I interpreted the joke as.
Yeah. I also
Clone High take place in California?
Does it? I don't remember.
Dude, I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure.
Is it snowing in this episode?
Yes. So it couldn't be our part of California at the very least. Anyways, I also appreciated the restaurant named TGI Chili's because for the longest time I thought Chili's and TGI Fridays were the exact same restaurant.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah, I thought, or maybe it's like a regional thing where it's like, I don't know, maybe in certain regions it's TGI Fridays and then where we are it's Chili's, and then it's like the same like parent company. I don't know, man. But still, I appreciated that name. Also, the Mandy Moore appearance. I'm like, oh, who's Dumpster Girl? She's kind of cute. Oh wait, she's not Mandy Moore, so it's not Mandy Moore.
Yeah, she's definitely not Mandy Moore.
Definitely not Mandy Moore.
Who that was?
Dude, I don't know about you, but I really loved like most of the humor in the Abe Gandhi storyline, where they were trying to make a more practical utensil and instead just made it so much more complicated that it's like yes, let me just get a motor that's coal powered that loops into your that has a wire attached to your utensil. It's so much better. I liked that. I liked that. Oh yeah, let me just they literally did claymation just to make fun of the Christmas specials, and I can't get over the fact that they did that. They literally did the entire long process of claymation just for the one gag.
They needed the gag. Is it really a Christmas special if you don't make fun of Rankin Bass specials, which I love? Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer slaps.
No, honestly, it's like C tier. But anyways.
Excuse me? Sorry.
Yeah. Nope. Eat your heart out. I'm Claus Gang, or what was it? Not The Year Without Santa. What was it? The Kris Kringle Gang. The Kris Kringle episode. Kris Kringle special gang. I forgot what that one was called. Not gonna lie.
Was that also a Rankin Bass one, or was that?
I thought so. Wasn't it?
I think I know what you're talking about. I don't know. I just like them aesthetically.
You put one foot in front of
that's
the
Rankin
other.
Bass. That Santa Claus is coming to town.
That's what it is. Anyways, yeah, it aired on Lifetime. I mean Hallmark. I put this quote down: "Balls of meat jerked so sweet."
Jerky balls.
Oh yeah, and then when they, I realized when I was watching this episode, I'm like, "Who's Mandy Moore?" And then I looked it up. I'm like, "It's fucking Rapunzel."
Wait, Mandy Moore's Rapunzel?
It's Tangled Rapunzel. I'm like, where did I hear this voice?
I think I did realize that, but then I forgot, and now I'm realizing that.
I see the light.
that one.
I had to.
Better than Frozen in
Way
every
to
way.
flex on us, anyways.
What? No.
Better than
It was
Frozen
a
in every
joke
way?
because Jordan saw the light, finding out that it was Mandy Moore. Anyways.
Is it the majority opinion to think Tangled is better than Frozen? Or is it the fact that Frozen's been overdone and overplayed over?
I think it's that. Yeah, I don't know if more people like Tangled over Frozen. I don't know which one I like better.
I think a lot of people like Tangled over Frozen, but I think it's like the older generation that typically likes Tangled over Frozen, and like the younger generation typically likes Frozen over Tangled.
Yeah, and then like Frozen.
I love
was, like,
Tangled.
Yeah,
I love Tangled. Tangled is.
And then Frozen got like huge, and then I don't think Tangled got this same kind of reception. So like, generally, like when things are like slept on, people are like, "Yo, this is underappreciated." So like, I don't think anyone's like saying that Frozen needs more attention, because it doesn't.
I have a quick rant. So when they gradually announced the worlds the Disney worlds that they were going to have for Kingdom Hearts 3, they announced both Tangled, which is called Corona, by the way, and Frozen World, Arendelle. Both of those worlds are Disney worlds in Kingdom Hearts 3, an action game. So you play through Tangled World. There's like no music. There's like one little dancing mini game, and then that's it. But you go to Frozen World.
Oh.
One whole cutscene. They force you to listen to their Unreal Engine animated version of Let It Go.
Oh, you can't skip that?
Yes, you could, but I was playing through the game the first time. When I was playing the game through the first time, like, I didn't want to skip cutscenes just in case there was lore.
Yeah.
There wasn't.
Because it was just Let It Go.
It was legitimately Let It Go. with like a couple shots of Sora, Donald, and Goofy. Just a couple shots. But they did that, but they didn't give me I See the Light or any of the Tangled songs. They gave me none of the Tangled songs. They didn't give me.
So the cold did bother you.
Yes, very much. And then so I told you guys I'm playing Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, right? Or I played it. I beat it
at some point.
I beat it now for anyone at home that gives a shit. I played my first playthrough. I did A++ only on proud difficulty. But when you get to Frozen World again in this game, you play through Let It Go, and every single song has like 3 like little objectives you have to do to get like 3 stars, right? It's not like score. You get stars based on score most of the time, right? One of them basically said you needed a total of this, right? Which basically forced you to play it twice. They literally designed that star reward to force you to play Let It Go twice. I hated it so much. If anyone saw my Twitter, I I was really sad. Yeah, so rant over.
Okay, but Frozen 2 though.
Frozen 2 was lit.
Classic.
Frozen 2 kind of lit. I like Frozen 2.
I liked the bit with the boy band thing, and that was it.
I liked the 80s ballad with Kristoff. I liked Brendan Urie's version of Into the Unknown.
Yeah, they had a Brendan Urie, and then they had Weezer do a cover of the other song, which is the best song.
You mean the Kristoff song?
Yes, the Kristoff song, best song.
Yeah, it's.
What are you talking about?
I liked the bit. The song itself. Average.
Well, I like the song because of the bit. Anyways, Clone High.
Wait, Lizzie, you seem like you were very reserved about this. Do you think Frozen 2 is absolute trash?
No.
I didn't think it was good. If that's what the thing was, but we could talk about Frozen 2.
I liked Frozen 2. Wait, am I the only one that actually liked Frozen 2?
No, okay. Like, Frozen 2 was, like, fun to watch, but, like, it didn't have to happen. It was, and I quote myself,
unnecessary. Okay, why? So Jennifer, the equivalent of Jennifer getting into the van. What's the equivalent of Jennifer getting into the van for Frozen 2? Tell me, please.
Just the fact that, like, the whole movie was kind of self-contained and, like, Frozen, and then it's like, we're gonna go on a whole other journey, and, like, stuff's gonna happen.
I liked Frozen, and,
like,
2. The plot was way more interesting to me.
Like, it was fine, but it was just, like... Anyways, Clone High!
Yes,
it was like... It did a greater job of expanding its world building than the first movie. Imagine. It got into the more mystical side of the whole world rather than just Elsa being the only magical being, you know?
Yeah.
And it explored.
I mean, yeah. I'm not saying there's like not redeeming aspects of it. I just don't think it was as good.
There's like a level of iconicness about the first movie that the second one just lacked. I feel like that was.
I think I'm just too tired of the first one, and that's the issue.
That's fair. The first one was definitely like.
I think I'm just too tired of it. It's like
yeah.
There are genuinely great songs out there that I cannot listen to because I've heard it so much, you know? It's like that.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
But anyways, okay.
Snowflake Day.
Are we still talking about Snowflake Day?
Yeah. My last note is, did Abe just say the N-word? So I'm done.
I've seen that meme. I didn't even pick up on that the first time I watched it. I don't think.
But what did he actually say?
I don't think that was deliberate.
Wait, Lizzie, turn off your camera and turn it back on again.
Okay.
You're doing the glitchy thing, except you aren't going like I did last time.
Anyways, you're back. So just
okay. All right, next episode.
Wait, your thoughts.
Crap! I already talked about my thoughts.
Ow! Fuck.
The Abe cutting his mouth open bit, like every
Epic.
5 scenes, every 2 scenes was like
epic.
A little too much for me.
Delicious, pog tasty.
Oh, I kind of like the bit where like Cleo just got Abe freaking. What do they call it? Did they call it a Nork?
Yeah, the Nork.
Like she like literally like he had just thrown it away. I think the implication was like he had just tossed it, and she literally like just found it in the trash moments before and gave it to him. I've enjoyed that. I thought that was funny.
You got me a
She's
Nork.
Like, you got me a Nork.
Yes.
But yeah, I think I stated out most of my other opinions. Episode 12, the penultimate episode. Did I use that word right?
Yes.
Yeah, I know words. I know big words.
For people at home, penultimate means second to last. Anyways, go on.
Makeover. The makeover episode.
Makeover.
6 times.
When they got to Scudworth, I was tired of it. I'm like, okay, it was funny 2 times, but not.
I enjoyed. Yeah.
I only wrote for this episode.
No.
Makeovers, and then I wrote, Joan or Cleo. That's it. And the only reason why those are my only 2 notes were because they were the only pertinent things in this episode to me. It kind of felt like this episode only existed to make the last episode longer.
Right.
Yeah,
Didn't it air was it not a 2-parter?
It might have been.
It didn't. No, it didn't.
It was.
It wasn't?
No, it didn't. It said to be continued, but
they refer to it as a 2-parter because they're like part of the same thing, but I guess they didn't air together.
Wait, this is wrong.
What is?
This or either that or it's just either it's correct and this is how they aired it and they just aired it weirdly, or the Wikipedia is wrong because it said episode 10 was January 19th, 2003, but episode 11 was April 13th, 2003, but episode 12 is January 26th, 2003. Then episode
Wikipedia
13
is never wrong, so.
True, and yeah, that's pretty true.
It's possible that they aired it in like a weird order.
They could have.
Like networks do that a lot, unfortunately.
True.
But I don't know. I wasn't watching it when they aired. I was 2, so
fair.
But yeah, I don't have strong opinions on this episode. The end of honestly, I liked I've said this before. I wasn't the biggest fan of the beginning of the show. I also wasn't the biggest fan of like the last few episodes. I just we'll talk about the last episode when we get there, but this episode just kind of felt like it existed for the last episode, and like nothing particular happened in it that was like.
But makeover.
I enjoyed the makeovers. I thought it was funny that Joan's makeover was so like. Was this the episode where she went to school in it, or no? That was the beginning of the next episode.
I can't remember.
I don't remember, dude.
Do we want to talk about these 2 together since it's like 2 parts, or
Might as well.
Okay. Well then, in that case, okay. I wrote okay, but the way Joan needs to look somewhat like Cleo for Abe to notice her.
Yeah, no.
I wanna, yeah. Okay, so it's funny to me, and because they have the teasers for like the next episodes and like the previous episodes, and like so in the teaser for like the makeover episode, the announcer narrator guy was like saying like, this person gets a makeover. He was saying like how everyone gets a makeover, and then he was like, except Abe, he stays the same. Lovable. And I was like, I don't know about that.
Okay, lovable is weird.
I don't know if he's lovable.
I mean, to be fair,
but
isn't it the same voice? Isn't it the same voice anyway? So of course he
is it? I don't know. I mean,
it sounds like the same guy. It sounds like the same guy to me, man.
I mean, it could be. I haven't checked.
Go ahead, Lizzie.
But yeah. Abe just needed to stop. I genuinely hated him this episode. Like, I had disliked him the whole show, and then I got to this episode, and I was just like, you know what? This kid, like, this boy, this man's, okay? I also have known people like that too much, so, like, I didn't like it. I didn't like him. He was a jerk.
Jerk.
I loved JFK and Joan ending up together, though. Well, ending up together, you know. I loved that because, first of all, at this point, like I said, JFK was my favorite character at this point. And, like, I really liked how you could kind of see that he actually liked Joan, which was interesting because, like, she kind of didn't seem like his type, but, like, at the same time, you can kind of see how she would be. And,
but, like, did he like her, or did he just want to sleep with her?
Yeah, he wanted to fuck her since episode 1.
It kind of implied that he actually liked her.
I guess we'll never know. It didn't get a second season.
But, like, no, we'll never know.
I didn't feel that.
But like even in the even in the scene though, like where she's a guy, like he's clearly attracted to her in a way that
he was
like,
definitely
nice
attracted
ass.
to her.
Nice ass, you know. It was like that. Nice ass.
I mean, it could be, but like I don't know. It kind of
I can see it being either way. I don't know if there's enough to like firmly defend that he was like into her.
Lizzie, I think we're diving into shipping territory, and I think we have at least I don't have any say about shipping, but at the same time, like, shipping seems to be very muddy waters according to our comment section, so maybe we don't get
that was Zutara, that's different.
But
people feel strongly about Zutara.
But Jabe and Joan FK, that's the Twilight. That's the real Twilight.
I think
triangle.
most people like the JFK Joan pairing from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Hot
I read
take?
the comments on the last episode. I agree.
I don't. As a hot take, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
That is also fair.
I don't think the show like had that in mind. I don't think they had shipping in mind when they wrote it.
Yeah, right. Like
fair.
Avatar. Anyways.
Except
nope.
Abe did not deserve Joan. Like,
well, yeah,
Joan
that's true.
Abe did not deserve to end up with him or her. Abe just did not deserve any of that. And like from that last episode, especially, I was just like, Abe, you are a piece of garbage.
Still a piece of garbage. IMO. I didn't like him either, but at the same time, I was for him ending up with Joan, given season 2 was a redemption arc. Because I'm not saying that
I can see that.
Right, because I wouldn't just be like hardcore, oh, he's a piece of shit, at least JFK actually likes her. I'm not gonna be like that, because again, this is 13 22-minute episodes, wherein most of it's like 90% comedy intended. Genuinely expanding upon relationships and feelings and any of that crap. That's not what the aim of the show is. It's just to make you laugh, and I feel that. And you're gonna need more than one season to actually write about decent relationships. I
mean, yeah, that's true.
Like, I can't think of a show
that.
that's like that. Can you think of a show like that, Joseph?
A show like what?
Mostly comedy, but at the same time, it attempted to make relationships.
I'm sure there's an example.
I'm sure there's.
There are a lot of animes that like.
I've watched too many harem shows to think that, but yeah, right, yeah, totally. Where it's all about the relationships rather than the actual plot. Anyways.
I don't know if I can think of one that has like humor similar to Clone High that also tries to do like relationship seriously.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's
like
supposed to be taken seriously.
This show clearly does though, like talk about like high school romance and high school relationship. Like that's clearly a major plot line of the show. Also,
because it's like a parody of like high school things, and like that's usually like the point of conflict in like high school movies.
Yeah,
it's like I like the popular girl, but I'm a loser.
It was just like the only character that you actually, I guess, sort of empathize with and actually kind of feel for is like Joan, because of the whole like she clearly likes him, and like throughout the show, I guess I wanted some kind of and like throughout the show, like you kind of wanted some kind of like end conclusion to like her plot line. Like you wanted something for her, because like that was like her objective, like the whole show, like.
She was just simping for Abe.
Yes.
Yeah. And like you wanted some kind of
the infatuation
like
trope.
Solid conclusion. But like, I don't know. I mean, like you just kind of want some kind of conclusion for her. And I felt like with Abe's character at the end and the way that he finally started to like her, I was like, if they end up together, I will personally say that I hate this show.
At the end of season 1, I did not expect it to happen. Right.
Yeah.
I will say though, JFK and Joan ending up together and that being revealed through sex kind of just turned me off.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, maybe that's just my values and the way I grew up, but sex that quickly is just, it's a no-no for me. Cause it's like, cause at the same time that could be misconstrued as, Joan is emotionally distraught. JFK is a womanizer. He sees vulnerable girl and then has sex with her. Is that not weird?
Wasn't there a line that he had that was like that had that sentiment in it, like in the election episode? Like Jonah's like knocking at his door. He's like, "Hark! Is that the sound of a vulnerable teenage girl?"
Yeah, right. That, exactly, right? And then, in my opinion, that's not okay. Of course, naturally, right? And then, but again, you can also just argue that JFK actually liked her. If you can provide me like decent evidence, then sure, I will concede that. But in my opinion, it was the way I watched the show. It just seemed like he wanted to sleep with her, and he took advantage of that. Whether there's actual feelings in there, I don't know. At least personally. And
I imagine they would have expanded upon that had there been a second season.
I really hate that they had to. Oh, what happened, Joseph? If you know why there was only one season, please tell me.
I do know why. Okay. Should I tell now or should I wait till
after Lizzie? After Lizzie finishes.
Okay.
I just want to say, like, I mean, I agree with you to an extent, Jordan, but I also think, like, with the same argument of, like, you don't know how JFK felt, like,
right, exactly.
You don't know what Joan's feelings were as far as, like sex in a relationship. Like, right, exactly. You don't know if that was something that was, like, casual to her, if it was something that, like, meant something to her, or whatever. Like, that's her characterization, which, like, you also don't know in that regard.
I don't know.
So, like... Yeah, so like I'm
projecting my values onto the relationship that I'm seeing on screen. Yeah.
Yeah. So like happen. I can see it making somebody comfortable, but I could also see somebody being like, "Oh, that was kind of funny." I mean, like I liked them together because I thought that they were a lot better than Abe and Joan, and I wanted Joan to have some kind of ending, and JFK was my favorite character at this point. So like I was like, yeah, all right, cool. Like, those are my feelings on it. But yeah, I can see like why you felt that way as well. Anyways, I'm also curious why this show did not have a second season.
Yeah, what happened?
Okay, so I have a spiel about Abe, and then I have this. What should I do first?
Spiel about Abe.
Okay, so like when I first watched this show like I was a freshman in high school, so like 5 years ago, and like I didn't remember it. And then like in the past few months, like I've noticed that like it started to gain like some popularity, or I started to see memes about it on Instagram. So I'm like, oh dang, it's gaining more of a following than it already had. Well, I think it's just because I'm also like the communities I'm involved in, I guess.
Maybe.
But so I would see memes about like people hating Abe, and I was like, I didn't remember disliking Abe, and then when I rewatched it, I was like, okay, yeah, he's kind of just like the whiny simp, like high school character. I can see people not being into that. And then as the series went, I was like, I get it.
Yeah, because you know
he is terrible,
right? Because now that you've been through high school and you understand, and you've been through a couple relationships or relationship troubles, you get where there's an issue where.
And also I just don't think I had remembered it from the first time.
That's fair.
And like, because like all of the characters except for maybe Joan are just kind of like horny teenagers.
Right,
but
they're caricatures.
Yeah, but Abe is the only one who's like pretends like he isn't. He's like, I'm a nice guy and whatever. And then like you can see him like in the Snowflake Day episode, he gives like Cleo like a thoughtful gift or something. But then in this episode, like the moment like Joan starts acting like hot and like shallow, he's like, I'm in love with her. And I'm like, okay. And so that's what made me annoyed by that.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I have a really weird opinion, but the real Abraham Lincoln, I dislike strongly. And like I would like to share briefly why.
Okay, I'm curious.
So Abraham Lincoln is like credited with having like freed the slaves, right? Like that's like his big thing that he did.
No. But go on.
People credit him.
That's what the general.
Yes.
What people believe.
Me, an someone who got a 4 on the AP US history exam. No. Go on.
But like that's what people credit him as having done because of his Emancipation Proclamation.
Yes.
But I also want to say that Abraham Lincoln was completely on the opposite side of that whole movement and that whole argument at the beginning of his political career, and only changed sides because it would benefit his political career. Yes, Jordan.
Hello. He was an abolitionist who did not call for equality. That's what it was.
Exactly.
No.
And then he changed
the whole time. He was an abolitionist who didn't call for equality, and he still ran on that ticket.
But exactly. Like
he didn't change his mind.
The Emancipation Proclamation kind of set him aside as being like a good guy, right? Like that's how history perceives him, as being like this man who like fought for the slaves and like was all into like equality and stuff. That's how history remembers him.
Those are dum-dums. Those are dum-dums.
But that's how people perceive him based off of his one speech, right? That's how people like,
the Emancipation Proclamation was a document. The Gettysburg Address was the speech. Go on.
Okay. Either way, it just annoys me that people see him a particular way when in reality he was a jerk, and he only wrote.
Go on.
What?
Go. Go.
It was I feel like I can't even say anything anymore without Jordan having responses to what I'm saying.
Because I studied history as well.
Okay.
I feel like what you're speaking from a point of a very formed opinion without all the sides. Go on.
Okay. But my point is that Abe in Clone High reminded me of the real Abraham Lincoln, because he only switched to Joan when Joan seemed like the better option randomly because she seemed attractive in the moment. And that was where I was getting with this. Anyways, Jordan, you have a response?
I think from my perspective, after studying U.S. history as much as I did, which granted was only a couple years, but still, I would not call Abraham Lincoln the man, a real bona fide jerk. I would call him an unconventional politician, while at the same time politician. You know what I mean? Because if you recall his life, he didn't come from that kind of upbringing at all. He was raised completely with like nothing, like no relation to like African Americans, to slaves, to former slaves, to any of the, and so of course when he runs on a ticket, when he runs on this new Republican Party ticket, of course he's gonna have to run on a platform that would garner him the biggest following. So of course originally he was an abolitionist who did not call for equality, but big deal if he takes it a step further and says, all right, okay, equality,
He did it for the people to vote for him. He did it for the... No, he only did it because it seemed attractive in the moment, and that's my point.
But did he change his... But he had full power to change his mind after he won. Did he do that? No.
Still, I mean, Abe still didn't like Joan. He just thought she was attractive in the moment. That was just my point. Like, yeah. Anyways,
he only served for one term. He had very little time. He had very little time to go back on his words. So
okay.
To go back on his word and
I
actually
called
be
Abraham
himself.
Lincoln a jerk.
No,
okay.
There's a point where you call beloved presidents jerks. There's a line between jerks and not as great as history points them out to be. You said jerks. Not
okay.
Not a good.
Okay.
Not a good. Not perfect. You know what I mean?
meant it as a dramatic word choice. Okay, I could have called him a lot worse.
Well, then again, I would still refute you and say you're being a little unfair to a beloved president, who has a huge ass marble statue. Would you like to tear down that statue, like the Junipero Cerro one?
Oh my god.
Would you like to tear down the Lincoln Memorial, Lizzie?
No.
Right.
Let's move on.
I don't know enough about Abraham Lincoln to weigh in on this argument.
I'm not.
I know he wore a top hat, I think.
I'm not. I would like to clarify. I'm not voicing my opinions. I'm just offering a perspective. I'm not saying
That's
Abraham
fair.
Lincoln was a good dude or a bad dude. I'm just presenting information that keeps your strong opinion in check. That's all I'm doing. Yeah?
That's fair. And I don't the thing is, I don't like hypocrisy. Like, hypocrisy is one of my biggest pet peeves, but you will never, ever find a politician who's not a hypocrite.
Hypocritical.
You will never.
A hypocrite.
To some degree. To some
I want that to
degree.
be the new hypocrite. Like, I want to change hypocrite to hip-hop.
Hip-hop.
I didn't even say that. I was going to say something else, and then I was like, I did not pronounce that correctly.
Okay. So before we get to ratings, the show, why it was canceled.
Yes.
So basically, for one thing, the ratings were like low on the show. So like,
shit. I can imagine.
It probably would have been canceled anyways. But there was a huge controversy because of how they portrayed Gandhi.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Gandhi's like followers did not take kindly
Duh.
to how he was portrayed in the show, and because of that, there was like protests and stuff at like the MTV studios and whatever, and they were like, "This is way too much work. We're just gonna cancel the show."
Because it's no bueno, man.
Which is why it didn't get a second season. But I believe, I don't know if it's been canceled, or I'm pretty sure they're getting like there's a reboot for Clone Eye that's supposed to be happening. I imagine because it's garnered such a cult following, and also because Phil Lord and Chris Miller have been cranking out some bangers. Spider-Verse, Lego
Shit movie. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
I was about to. I was like, no, you don't. You don't think that,
bro. Did we not talk about Spider-Verse after we saw it? Like hella? I thought we did.
I'm pretty. Well, I was like confused. I was like, this is a bit, right?
Dude, it's godly. Anyways, go on.
But yeah, so it's getting a reboot. But
go.
But I was reading the thing for the reboot, and it doesn't mention Gandhi. And they might not put Gandhi in. I'm like, that's gonna be so sad.
Let's go.
I'm gonna miss Clone High Gandhi.
All right, side rant. I don't like when Western shows claim to have a diverse cast and then have your white people be your deep characters and then your minority characters be monoliths. And that's what happened.
Gandhi was like definitely comedic relief, but I don't know if I'd call the other characters in Clone High deep.
But no, I know, but it's a matter of I can't think of them off the top of my head right now, but there are shows I've seen where they've done this, and
for sure.
I take a major issue with it, and Mr. Young on Disney XD, thank you for that. Thank you for having your one Asian character speak in a very, very thick accent and be so magical and different. You know what I mean? Anyways, rant. That's the whole rant. But go on.
Crap, I don't know if I had anything else to say.
But yeah. Okay, I feel like there are ways I can't articulate, but I felt that made Gandhi seem problematic, and
I mean, that's I can imagine. I can definitely see that.
I can imagine followers of his followers, or like followers of his religion even, who like see him as a very important historical figure in their history, and then seeing that guy say violence is good, violence is the way, and he wants to
There's
dry,
one thing that
dry
Mahatma
hump.
Gandhi supported.
It's revenge.
It was revenge.
It's revenge, right? And he was dry humping girls at dances. You know, of course.
He was trying to. I don't think he actually did.
Right. And even then, as someone who was raised Christian, I was not down for the portrayal of Jesus. And
oh yeah, no.
They were like it was like uncomfiness, but to the degree that they did Gandhi, I can imagine.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I get it.
All the protests that happened because of it. Because oh my god.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little bit bothered by it. Like, I just don't like in general when like there's any kind of like religious context or like anything that means something to somebody is taken out of its proper place,
right?
And then like put in a place of like extreme comedy, or like especially when it's like crude humor, like that bothers me, because like that's something that means a lot to somebody, and like you're just kind of making it something that it shouldn't be, or putting it in a place where it shouldn't be, and like that bothers me a lot. So I didn't love like Gandhi's portrayal, and it did bug me for like the first episode or so, but I also completely understand the concept of the show, and that like, I mean, Joan of Arc too, she's like a figure that like a lot of people have a lot of like respect and look up to, right? But like
white Christian Western, go on.
You can but like you can see that like, I don't know. I mean, like you can see that like the show's concept like wasn't trying to take the original figure out of like its place. Yeah. But at the same time, I can still see why that's problematic to do that as like in this context period.
There is a character called Mahatma Gandhi that is doing things that are not like our Mahatma Gandhi is probably what they felt. And it's and of course they're gonna take issue with that. Yes. So I get it.
And it's making satire of like his thoughts and his words like at certain points, which like I can also see just being problematic, period.
Right.
But yeah.
So yeah, that's why the show was canceled.
Good on them. As much as I hate the tragic ending of the one season, then like
they all get free. Wait, we didn't even talk about freaking John Stamos or whatever.
I don't give a shit.
Oh yeah.
Scudworth tries to kill him, and then he's like, "I'm gonna help you anyways."
Something I wrote down. Scudworth whispering to Mr. Butlertron at a 90-degree angle made him look like a swastika. That's all. Go on.
I did not notice that.
He looked straight up like a swastika. Anyways, yeah, go ahead, because I got no thoughts. I didn't give a shit.
No, that was it. It was just John Stamos shows up.
Stamos.
I don't even think he was played by John Stamos. I don't think.
He was played by Stamos.
Oh, he was?
Wikipedia is telling me John Stamos and Tommy Walter as themselves.
Oh, wow. I didn't think that he actually, like, played himself in that.
It didn't sound like him.
Yeah, it didn't. And I thought that was just, like, another random, like, celebrity thing they threw in, like, the Olsen twins or, like, whoever the chick with the big forehead was from the campaign episode.
I don't remember.
There was like a single joke where like JFK was like, the glare from like enter celebrity's main forehead is blinding me, and I thought that was really funny for some reason, because it was like, what? I don't know. I wasn't ready for that joke, but I guess we should get to ratings now. Okay. So I guess favorite moment, least favorite moment, and then crap, what should we make the rating out of? Genetically engineered creatures with zippers.
I'm not
How
saying
many
that.
out of them out of 10?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Give me a better metric.
Zipper creatures.
Okay, better. Listen.
Well, first of all, did Aiden tell you what his...
He didn't. Let me ask him. You guys give yours, and then I'll see if he responds.
Cool. Okay. So my favorite moment was 100% Gandhi unzipping the mascot.
Epic.
I loved it. That was like, I also liked the first ADD joke, but like the one where he's like, "Am I dying?" I thought that was funny, but the joke overall just bugged me because it went on too long. But the unzipping the mascot, definitely my favorite bit. Reminded me of "Don't hug me, I'm scared." And then least favorite bit, I didn't like a lot of things, so I feel like that would be harder to like try and think about.
Same.
But I'm gonna say the snowflake episode just because I just wrote that I don't like that episode as a whole, and that was the episode that I probably disliked watching the most. Although I also really didn't love the first episode. But I have a greater appreciation for the first episode after having like watched more of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the snowflake episode. Rating, I feel bad, but I think I'll rate it like a 6 zipper creatures out of 10.
I mean, that's fair.
Because there were some things I liked about it. I overall felt like pretty mediocre. Like there were things I liked, things I didn't like. But like I think I would rate it a 6. Like the redeeming moments were like the funny moment. Like I don't regret watching it or anything like that. And I really think that it was like a good show to have watched for this podcast to like talk about. Like it like fit like the discussion really well. And I think that it led to some really fun discussions. So yeah, 6 zipper creatures out of 10. Those are my thoughts.
Yo, same.
Jordan.
Okay, so favorite moment, I think the Sigmund Freud bit. Oh, it's so obvious. And of course, it's only obvious to Sigmund Freud. That shit's so funny to me. As someone who prides himself getting a 5 on the AP Psychology exam. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the applause, people at home. Thank you for the silent applause. Thank you, Lizzie. Thank you, Joseph. Actually, I mean, fuck you, Joseph. Least favorite, just one?
You can, I don't know, pick your leastest favorite.
Leastest.
I think least is already the right word, isn't it?
Leastest.
Absolutely.
The absolute least.
I guess. Can I say the entire characterization of Gandhi? As funny as some of his jokes were, like the high five under the table. No, I was not down with it, and I understand the protesting, and I do nothing but sympathize with those followers. Yeah, I think I also give it a 6 out of 10. It's an above average show because the characters are sometimes fun to watch, and the funny moments and the humor is its main redeeming quality.
Yes.
And that's what makes it above average. It lost points in some of its like belaboring of bits, some of its less tasteful bits, and some the way it handled teenage relationships I was not down with. And
I mean, I feel like that was like a parody of how they were being portrayed on television anyways.
Right, that's fair.
Which I think is the point. So, which I mean, like, it makes sense why you wouldn't vibe with it, but I don't know.
Right. And it's
if they were playing it straight.
And it's dog shit ending. Yep, 6 out of 10.
You didn't like them all getting like freezered?
You mean the conga line and the freezer? Conga line and the freezer to them having sex? No, not down.
Also, the fact that their prom took place in a meat locker.
Vegans are crying.
Okay, so Aiden sent me his rating. He said 7.9 zipper creatures out of 10. Yes. He loved the humor and the premise. I didn't like how long some of the bits were, and I lost interest at certain points, but overall a pretty unique and enjoyable experience. So those are Aiden's thoughts. We're speaking to him through the dead. I have a Ouija board.
Oh, nice.
Can you burn a Luigi board? No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I have a Waluigi board, not a Ouija
Weka
board, a
board.
Waluigi board. I don't use Ouija boards. I use Waluigi boards.
That took a second. Anyway.
Wait a second. Hold up. Revelation City. If the Ouija boards are meant for the dead, are Waluigi boards meant to talk to the living? Does that make our cell phones Waluigi boards?
I don't have the brain capacity for this right now. Okay, so my thoughts.
Go on.
So I'm gonna give it either a 6.5 or a 7 out of 10. Zipper Creatures. I mean, I enjoyed the show. I enjoy the humor. But like, it wasn't something like I watched it freshman year and then I hadn't revisited it. Revisited it. Whatever the word is. Since it definitely made me laugh at points, but it also made me very uncomfy at points. Right. But I mean, I guess it's an edgy humor show, so I suppose that's bound to happen.
There's a point where edgy humor just becomes, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
And that's coming from me. I laughed at the abortion joke in Jennifer's Body. Anyways, go
on. So least favorite bits, or moment, or episode. I didn't like the Abe getting his mouth cut open.
Tasty glass.
There was, I think, like, I enjoyed, like, when he, like, ate, or I thought it was funny when he, like, ate the hot dog and there was, like, a razor blade in it.
Yeah.
Like, that part was funny, but every other moment where he, like, his mouth got cut open, like, I was like, that's a little, I'm not a big fan of the gore. And then also just Abe's character. Not a huge fan of him. There was some other, of the edgier jokes that I also didn't enjoy, but, those are the two that I'm remembering right now. I guess those aren't like edgy jokes, but I guess the gore is edgy. Anyways, favorite crap. I don't know if I have a favorite.
Got him. Because it's just that shit. No, go on. Pause, champ.
I like the rock opera episode. I'm gonna say that's my favorite. It's got the "I like your funny words, Magic Man" line. And it has Jack Black, and it's a rock opera, so you can't go wrong with that episode.
Whoa!
But yeah.
Epilepsy.
Also, the raisins, pretty iconic. Like, I feel like in the future, whenever I see raisins, I'm gonna think of this show.
Exactly. So Lizzie, do you want to tell us what we're doing next week?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Laters.
I say yes.
Okay.
We're speaking for the
next
woman.
Week we're going to be watching season 1 of the anime Kakegurui, which is an amazing anime. Also, my profile picture that I keep going back to because my camera keeps lagging. So all of you YouTube listeners, viewers, whatever, can see that. But anyways, it's an anime.
I've already started it, and I'm very, very interested as to why you say it's an amazing anime. I'm very interested.
We'll talk about that next week, so stay tuned.
Episode.
No. It's not gonna be that bad.
Thoughts are already being had.
Hell yeah.
You can look forward to that next episode.
You know what's even better? The thoughts are allowed to brew because my sister also saw the first season of Kakegurui, just like Voltron. So, it very much helps. Talking to my sister helps the thoughts to brew. And I'm only on episode 4, but man, I'm very curious. I hope it gets better. I'm just, anyways.
Stay tuned for that.
Lizzie, I'm waiting.
Crap, I messed up the bit.
Lizzie, I'm waiting for you to. I'm waiting for you to recommend something that's good. No, I'm just kidding. Train to Busan is good.
Whoa. Okay, there's gonna be some heated discussion next episode.
No, it's not gonna be heated. I'd like to put it out there after the 3. I'm not judging the show on 3 episodes. Okay, even though I said that I drop shows after 3 episodes. I think if there weren't the podcast, I still would have kept going. Let the record show. Okay. Done.
All right, but until then, Craig, what are your thoughts?
Now recording.